Hi, I'm Sue Ellam and I'm a tarot reader and have been for 25 years. And I use the Mythic Tarot, which is based on Greek mythology.
And hello, I'm Carrie Beleno. I am an intuitive Reiki master teacher and a spiritual life coach. And I have questions that we are giving practical intuitive messages for to help you ease this life that we are in right now. So today's question, oh boy, are you ready? What is division actually showing us?
Oh.
It was a little bit similar to my message yesterday. So if you didn't listen to yesterday's message, that was a nice precursor. So what is division actually showing us?
You know, the picture that kind of immediately came to mind was the yin-yang symbol. But when you look, there's a bit of the black in the white and there's a bit of white in the black.
Indeed.
That was the first thing that popped up. Anyway, let's see what the cards say. Oops. Okay. What division is saying to us? Saying it's absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. People leave. There's relationships that break up. There's situations that change. There's no feeling of stability when we have division, and things will. It's just, what can I say? Chaos, turbulence. There's just nothing grounded here. And if you look at the tower in this particular it's on emotion. Water is emotion, and this is in the sea. So it's all this turbulent emotion that goes on around it. And you have to try so hard when you're trying to persuade someone else to your own opinion. And then you're so disappointed when they don't believe you because it's so important to you to be right. So ego is a big part of division, and not being able or not being willing to see another person's point of view because you're so sure that yours is the right one, creates chaos. The way to overcome it is to actually get off the fence, decide which way you're going to go with it. But this is much more, it's about marketing, it's about telling people about your ideas, but not being tied to the outcome. It's like what we're doing. We put out what our interpretation of the question, what the answer to the question is. I go by what the cards are telling me. Carrie uses her own skills to pick up on the energy of what the cards are also saying through my interpretation. We have decided which side of this we're kind of going on. We're not on the fence. Some people will agree with us. They will think, oh, that's a really good answer. Some people will think it's absolute rubbish. But that's okay as well, because all we can do is just put out our take on it. And then people can decide whether that is their truth or not. But that's okay. But we don't have to have wars about it. Everybody's going to have an opinion. A lot of times we don't know if what we based our opinion on is true anyway. How do we know we're not being fed something to manipulate us into doing something that we wouldn't normally do? It wouldn't even occur to us. But the seed has been planted, and then we've got enough. Can be media, all sorts, can be family members. But we're being pushed and pushed and pushed to jump one side or the other based on people manipulating us. And it's going back to the emotions. It's manipulating our emotions to feel that, well, I have to believe this because this is what my family believes, and I'll be disloyal if I don't believe this as well. And so we get into this kind of brainwashed situation where we don't think that there are more than one side to everything. You know, everybody has a different take on things. We've all been brought up in different countries. You know, even when you're looking at kind of hand signals, one country you know exactly what it means, another country you've insulted somebody. You know, it's just being aware and being respectful of other people and their opinions, because they have just as much right to their opinion as you have to yours, but we don't have to create wars around it or chaos. We can all live in complete harmony, because here we have support systems. You know, not everybody's going to like me. I'm not going to like everybody. That is okay. You know, because not everybody has anything in common with me. I haven't got things in common with other people. We won't have anything to talk about. But it doesn't mean people ideally have to want to kill me because I don't speak their particular language. So this is about support systems, being caring about other people, whatever their opinion is. Because remember, we are all part of the human race. That is our commonality. We are all part of the human race. We have as much right to our own opinions. And so it doesn't have to be division. It can actually turn into education. It's so interesting. I mean, I've got friends of many nationalities, and it's fascinating listening to their take on things, how they were brought up. They say, you know, travel broadens the mind, and it really does. So if we can look at the people that wouldn't naturally kind of have our opinion, and just see them as try to educate ourselves about different things, we can learn things along the way. Because when we're stuck in our own self-righteousness, we don't learn anything. We're just playing the same record again and again. And then there'll be smooth sailing, anxiety and tension behind us, and no division. What a day that would be. Those are the cards.
Amen. I cannot wait for that day. And I love when that card comes up. It always comes up at the best time. So yay, that brings me a lot of peace. So we you know, you're out in the world or you're on social media, and we're seeing a lot of things about illusions. This is an illusion. That's an illusion. This is a hoax. This is a conspiracy. And we are inundated with illusions. But when I talk about an illusion, I mean it more as not so much deceit, not so much cover up or conspiracy. When I mention the word illusion, I mean it to be more of a belief system, more of a box that we've been placed into. More of a box of belief systems, of boundaries that we've put ourselves into, or we've been put into by the way we were raised or whatever. And so when I say this is an illusion or that is an illusion, I am talking about breaking out of the box, stepping out of the boundary of the box. I don't mean it to be more of fake. Because what you're experiencing inside the box is very real, and what you're experiencing outside the box is very real. So none of it is fake. But when I say, because I'm going to say it in a second, I'm going to say something's an illusion. It's not that it's fake. It's just something that I am encouraging you to step out of the box around. So I want to put that in my notes. So what I'm going to say is division is an illusion. It is an illusion that we are separated or divided by our beliefs. And again, it's not that it's fake. It's that we've put ourselves into a divisive box. And you are over there because you believe that, and you are over there because you believe that. And in the division part is the illusion. We are all necessary pieces to this giant jigsaw puzzle called humanity. We all have different perspectives and different experiences and different beliefs and different outcomes around those experiences for a reason. And it is so that we can bring our piece to the puzzle. And it should not divide us. It should just be accepted. And if you want to think about it in more spiritual or religious terms, think of it like this. God created us, if you have this belief system, God created us to have experiences that he or she could not have by being a singular entity. So she created all of these people so that we can, all these life forms, so that we can experience our little path and contribute our bucket of experience to the whole. So if we all had the same experience, then there would have been no point in creating all of this diversity. This diversity was created for a reason. So we're not supposed to be Stepford wives. Dates me, but check the premise of that out if you're not familiar with it. We aren't all supposed to be the same. So, or any number of Twilight Zone episodes. We are meant to have this diversity. And what we have decided while we're experiencing the diversity is that the diversity separates us. That's the part that has to be broken down. The diversity should not be divisive. It shouldn't separate us. In fact, it should bring us together by maybe investigating what the others or the other side believes or accepts. So I'm going to encourage you, maybe that's your challenge for today, to go out and seek a conversation out with someone who may have a different belief system than you, and see where your commonality is, or just shoot for acceptance. Shoot for acceptance of that person and their acceptance of you. And maybe that's the first step in getting humanity to feel less divided.
I've just remembered a story. My dad was a great people person. He didn't care who you were. He always had time for you. And one day he brought a homeless man into our home because they were talking about cameras. My dad was a very keen photographer, and this homeless man also was very knowledgeable about cameras. And my dad and he had a great conversation. So Dad didn't see his ragged clothes. He saw his knowledge, and I'd forgotten about that, and it's just popped into my head. So, we have to look to find where we're the same rather than where we're different.
Right. And when we find the differences, to not let them separate us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to share this and subscribe, that would be wonderful. We'd really appreciate it. And that's my finish. No more words from me.
And we shall see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.